So Friday was a fascinating day when CrowdStrike, they pushed out an update to all of their clients, and there was an error in it, and it caused sort of so many things around the world to shut down. I had a lot of calls with lawyers who couldn't operate their systems. Delta Airlines, United Airlines, American Airlines are stuck. They're still, a couple days later, trying to figure out how they get their systems working again, because it turns out there wasn't resiliency. They were so reliant on this system running in the background. And when that system broke down, they don't have the ability to function. And it makes me think, do we as Christians, do we as the church stop and think about the systems that are running our lives, and how many things are running in the background that are driving us that we need to rethink, that we need to stop and pay attention to? And I think without a Sabbath practice that we have set down as a community, without that Sabbath practice, we just go from day to day to day, to week to week to week, to month to month. And I wonder if that isn't part of the reason why we all feel so exhausted, is we don't practice Sabbath in the way that God called us to, in the way that God designed us to. And so we don't have something to interrupt us every week and make us think about the systems that are really running our lives. And so in Paul's letter to the Colossians, he's writing to them, and he's talking about a prayer for them every day, but he's talking about them pursuing knowledge and wisdom of God in the same way the writing from Proverbs does. And when we intentionally pursue that every day with consistency, we immerse ourselves in the wisdom of God, that God qualifies us, that God delivers us from the domain of darkness into the kingdom of God. And what that does is that builds a more resilient operating system within us, so that when things happen, when anxiety and suffering and strife come, we don't fall apart. Because that system can stand up to that, because it's based on God, not on ourselves and our actions and our own qualifications, but rather it's rooted in God. And that allows us to be sustained throughout the challenges that come in life.